Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this final episode of Weekly Spark for 2023. Since my dog is here in the studio with me, I'm going to actually go ahead and do a voiceover of this later. I just wanted to come on camera first for 1 sec while I throw treats at the dog to say thank you for a wonderful year. Thank you for following along and watching videos on YouTube. I do plan to have videos up next year as well. I might change things up a little bit and do more than just art journaling. I look forward to spending some time with my journal and kind of figuring out what my goals are going to be for the next year. It was great for me to have the themes this month or this year that helped with each month, gave me a bit of a focus. And I might branch off from that for the coming year. But without further ado, let's go ahead and give her a bone to chew on, and I'll turn the camera around and do one more spread for the goddess theme for this month of December. Of course, I would love it if you wanted to subscribe to the channel or like the video. Those things definitely help the videos get seen by new people. I'm really excited about the new class that I'm planning. It's going to start January 8th, and it's going to be, it's called Retelling the Tale, and it's going to investigate the stories of 5 women from Greek myth, 5 women who are often portrayed in a negative light, and so looking at their stories and digging a little bit deeper. So that feels like a great segue from ending 23 with goddesses in this weekly spark and then going into this class for me and for my students. If you're interested in that, I'll put the link below. All the details on the class and how to sign up are on my website, on my blog. And it's great. You don't have to have any experience. It's going to be inspiration that you could take to art journaling or collage or even to writing. You can take it to a different medium if art journaling isn't for you. There are no rules. There are no rules. But like I said, let me turn this around and I'll do one last goddess spread for this year. Enjoy your holidays. Have a festive, safe, happy, and healthy start to 24. And I look forward to seeing you then here on the channel. Let me just interrupt here for 1 sec and mention this tape transfer. This is a Xerox image of a floral, copyright free, of course. And I've covered the front with multiple pieces of packing tape, overlapping them about 1/8 of an inch. Rubbed it all down, burnished it down, and now I've just flipped it over and wet the paper on the back. The paper rubs off really quickly and easily and gives me a perfectly see-through transfer image. So here I am putting it all together. I've got my packing tape transfer. I'm putting gel medium on the back to glue it in place, even though the tape is a little bit still sticky. It's going to overlap the spiral. I found this figure from a fashion magazine, and I loved her pose, and the clothing felt kind of neutral. It didn't feel too designery, even though, I mean, it was. But I wanted to give her an essence of kind of earth goddess, of spring maiden. Yes, it's winter, I know. But between her youth and the dress she was in, that was just the vibe that I was getting. So I wanted to use the pose with her hand outstretched and use that to bridge, compositionally, to bridge the journal and go into the next page. I've put this floral upside down because then it follows the curved line that I did in that bluish gray color. And although this overlaps the spiral a little bit, kind of coming out of her hand, I am going to add that in just a little bit to integrate the layers a bit more. The color palette was inspired mostly by the colors on that scrap piece of paper, that the piece that I started with that had all that paint on it, that had been a protection page between the pages of my journal when I was working. So it all just kind of started from that scrap. I think this video actually gives you a pretty clear idea of how I work. I've got my dog lounging on a dog bed or barking while I'm trying to record. You can see my iPad's propped up in the corner of the screen. And yes, I was watching the last episodes, the last season of The Crown. I had a cup of coffee and a bottle of water out of sight. Everything right there, just having fun exploring the materials. This page wasn't really planned. The theme was goddess, and I flipped through some things I'd pulled out of a fashion magazine to see what my starting point might be. Had the Xeroxes in a file of images, you know, that I use florals and plants and nature elements a lot. So this all just happened. Just sat down and it happened. But seems like a great place to end the year, and I thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next year for more episodes of Weekly Spark. Have a great holiday season.